Hello, peers and classmates of Public Speaking Com 181. I am Jamie McClure, and oh boy, what an experience it has been this fall semester of 2025. I'm wondering if you all, my classmates, have had so much fun and even as much growth as I have, preparing and delivering all 5 speeches before our final project. So far, we as a class have performed speeches such as a personal introduction, who we are and what we are expecting from this class. We had to critique someone else's speech, such as a TED Talk of our choosing, a vivid memory speech, which personally, this was my favorite one to record, and even listen in on you all being vulnerable to opening up about a specific time in your personal lives. An informative essay was recorded, and finally, a persuasive speech. All of these leading up to our final reflection speech. How are you feeling, class? Do you feel the growth, or are you feeling better prepared for what the future holds? In these important lessons we've all learned throughout the semester, I know I have. In the beginning, I didn't know much of what to expect, besides the fact I was going to take videos and submit them to the teacher. Little did I know that everyone was going to be able to see my speeches, let alone critique them with your own opinions and comments. Not going to lie, I was terrified, and yet excited to be pushed outside of my comforts for public speaking. The way these speeches were lined up, from easiest being an introduction speech up to the hardest being a persuasive speech, was absolutely perfect. We were able to grow and learn more and more with each speech, plus have more responsibility as the semester went on. My initial goals and expectations seemed to have been exceeded. I wanted to be able to perform without hesitations or getting too washed or red in the face. Realizing that preparation is everything for confidence, I also wanted to know how to catch and keep the audience's attention, not just in the beginning, but throughout the entire speech beginning to end. I've learned so many techniques, such as a catchy opening line, great transitions, phrases, and even the conclusion, just mentioning the main points of the speech without throwing in any new information. Not throwing in any new information in the conclusion to better help the audience group everything that was said. To be honest, my biggest fear was memorizing the speech, until I learned that having speaking notes at the podium is not a bad thing. It really is a great way to stay on topic and not lose track of the points being discussed. Although, I could still do better, of course, at looking at these speaking notes. As I stated before, the preparation for each speech was crucial in every way. This involved 1. Researching or knowing the facts of what was being presented. 2. How to portray the message that was trying to be told to the audience. 3. Understanding what we are talking about in depth. And 4. Even how to set the tone for the speech. The research and digging deeper in our minds was a fun and interesting way to test the speech-given abilities we all have within. Knowing what we are talking about really matters, doesn't it? Especially our interest in the topics chosen. I really loved the openness we had as a class to choose our own topics that we found most interesting to us as individuals. This made it even more exciting and intriguing to get the messages across to the audience as well. That leads me to my next point, about the experience of delivering the speeches. These 5 and now 6 speeches have been more fluent because, of course, practice makes perfect. With each speech, I have grown in confidence and understanding on how to have a one-way conversation through public speaking. The evidence and research for backing up my statements are interesting to myself, which makes it even more exciting to the tones I use in the delivery of the messages. I cannot stress enough how important preparation is for all things in life. We never really know what the future holds, so why not take Public Speaking COM 181? This is not a class just for speeches with a large audience, but also professional conversations as well. My instructor, Ms. David Kelly, laid out the clear instructions for each speech in a manner that helped guide and direct the layout of how our speeches should be performed, and even gave proper examples to help us as a class understand the assignments better. Overall, this class will forever and always have an impact on me in my personal life today and especially in my future. The tips and experiences I learned throughout the semester will be used in everyday conversations and the day I decide to get in front of a real larger audience. Thank you all for the feedback from my peers, classmates, and instructor. You all stay blessed and Merry Christmas. Thank you.